just an amazing name.
Oh, yeah, amazing can mean one of many things, Curtis. One of many things.
I enjoyed the name Girthquake.
All right, here we have off to the start. You can see Cloud closing in the distance. But Snake, that dash attack. It's just...
So what do you think of this matchup, Halvik? I mean...
It is totally unfavorable to Cloud. Cloud is one of Snake's easiest matchups. Just the recovery, man. It's just too exploitable by that Nikita, which we see come out. And Snake has just got so many tools to like deal with Cloud's kind of like movement and other pressures that it's really hard for Cloud to find an opening without some sort of luck.
Is there a world in which the disjointed hitbox of being a Swarty helps Cloud out here, though?
Yeah, so you see right now Carbon is actually doing quite a lot of damage because he closed the distance to Snake and is actually hitting him in a way that the frame 1 nades that he pulls out don't affect him at all, which is insanely important. But as you can see, once Snake gets some distance, it's really hard for Carbon to close it back up.
So is it mostly the range that
Ooh,
Snake has?
SD.
Oh, wow, and he doesn't get the grenade out. If he gets a grenade, he recovers there just fine still.
No, the grenade doesn't have enough timing. It takes like 2.5 seconds to explode, and by that time you're off the screen, or 3.5, sorry. You want a C4, but he air dodged, which means he couldn't pull it out. Carbon slowly going away on that platform.
He ain't gonna get stretchered out. So do you think there's a world in which, though, that Carbon's able to get that damage on in the close range before the projectile ranges of the Snake come into play well enough to make the difference here? I mean, obviously he did get first stock, but we're even up here gentleman's 2 stock. So what do you think's that the more pressing thing when we're talking about these two particular players coming at it here and what you've seen so far in one stock piece?
Again, what you're seeing right now is Carbon trying to play really close, and you can see him doing actually a pretty decent good job of that. But the problem is that Coleslaw just has so many tools like the dash attack, the up tilt, so many things to kind of relieve that pressure off him that it's hard. But right now, actually Carbon's doing a great job, and I have to say that Coleslaw is kind of dropping the ball a bit. He does put down that C4. That's going to be important there. Ooh, goes for the Barbarian chop.
Really
Fortunately,
nice
under the
dash
stage.
attack off there too there from Coleslaw.
Yep. And he gets caught
Nice
for that.
limit break coming from Carbon.
Yeah, if that was on the ground, that probably would have killed.
Now, does Cloud have any good ways to deny that amazing recovery out of Snake? We see that with so many characters, they have no way to get through that cipher to bust Snake down. Snake just recovers high, low, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He gets back at all times. Does Cloud have any way to negate that?
So Cypher breaks when 15% of damage is done to it, and a nice forward air to close out the stock there from Carbon. And so I think Cloud's down air might be able to kill Cypher, in which case Snake is just left there stranding helpless because he can't pull another one out until he takes damage or recovers.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Carbon there, as soon as Coleslaw came back, he got that limit break off and landed the damage. Really nicely done there.
Yeah. No, I really just see a lack of patience here from Coleslaw. Like, he's doing, like he's rolling it. Coleslaw.
Okay.
Carbon's playing perfectly. He's playing exactly how he should. He's keeping it close, not giving Coleslaw any room to breathe. But Coleslaw is not helping himself because when Carbon closes him down, he's not able to escape that, even though he should. All right, good patience there to shield, but the up B.
Carbon's looking for that spike off stage. He kind of wants to deny the recovery, and it makes sense. Like we've talked about, that Cypher's so good. Oh my God!
And that's why Snake wins the matchup. That right there, folks. If Coleslaw can pull those off and get Cloud off the ledge, and into his amazing ledge guard game. Oh, and
Carbon comes back and immediately takes 70 damage,
bear.
But the one hit he needs when his opponent's at 130, he gets him out.
Yeah, that's the bear. And honestly, I mean, like I said, this was a perfect game from Carbon. Despite the tough matchup, he played it perfectly. This is how I would expect the Cloud to try and play against the Snake.
I gotta say, I mean, that's something that should give you confidence. If you know, as the Cloud player, that that's a disadvantageous matchup for you,
Yeah.
you win that matchup, you're either pushing your opponent off of his preferred pick of the Snake, or you're giving yourself that confidence to continue forward on this disadvantageous matchup.
All right, we're now into Wily's Castle, an FD-type stage with the same characters, but a new skin coming from Coleslaw.
Is it new? They all look the same.
Yeah, but again, I'm curious about the stage pick from Coleslaw. FD is traditionally one of Snake's worst stages because he doesn't have the platforms to put the C4s on. That's another thing I wanted to mention. I rarely saw the C4 come into play. And when it did, coleslaw got the huge advantage there, as you saw, like right before he died to that bear. He got a string that almost took 40% onto Carbon. So, poor Nikita movement there.
Really nice shielding with the down smash there from Carbon. Has the limit break built up, and there you go. He gets the neutral, doesn't land it, and well shielded by Coleslaw on the backside as well.
Yeah, and I think Coleslaw is also trying to approach Cloud, which he has no business to be doing. You don't need to. Just space him out. You have so many more tools that, you know, if you place your nades correctly, you use your Nikitas, use your mortars, you know, you should be able to keep Cloud at a safe distance while racking up damage. Again, poor Nikita movement, going low instead of high to catch Cloud.
It's going to be the little things in this matchup, because it seems like Carbon plays a cleaner version of his character than we're seeing from Coleslaw. So those little things are all going to matter.
Yep.
And just as you say that cross slash sends him off the top,
great
actually.
limit break for the star kill there. We've seen really good use. Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, that's sweet spot up air for you.
All right, gentlemen's two stock, here we are.
And this is what I mean about Snake having so many tools. His bair, his up air. Like I said, it feels like Coleslaw is gimping himself by only using like a few options, like the dash attack, nades, and stuff like that. As soon as he starts getting Snake's full arsenal into this matchup, it's going to start getting much more one-sided.
It feels like when Coleslaw is landing his moves, he's taking large advantages like we're seeing right now against Carbon. However, when he's not perfecting everything, we're seeing Carbon run him around the map right now. Stage, you know, doesn't matter what the stage is, we seem to see not necessarily combos, but one hit followed by another hit and just read after read coming out of Carbon when Coleslaw isn't on top of things.
Dodge onto the stage backfires badly for Carbon.
Yeah, and there we go. And Coleslaw playing much better here in game 2.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think he's starting to realize that, hey, maybe I don't want Cloud right next to me. Maybe I shouldn't be approaching. And you can see him kind of like taking a more measured approach to the spacing, you know, really stepping back, maybe doing the dash attack when he feels like it's right. And look, he's using his mortars and exploiting Cloud's recovery.
Ooh. Dropped a little too low there from Carbon.
Great
That
read.
was definitely a kill if he lands that cross slash, but not able to.
Yeah, I think Carbon got a little bit ahead of himself there. There's no way Snake was falling into that cross slash. Nair doesn't connect, but we've got a pretty decent stalemate here. Unfortunately, Carbon's a stock down. There's that one of my favorite things to do as Snake is just pull out a nade and shield, and then let the opponent approach me and let it explode, and boom, easy 10%. And you saw Coleslaw doing that there just a second ago, but the F tilt not going to kill. Here comes
really
great
nicely
knowledge.
done by Carbon there. Oh
wow.
my God! And he comes in with the bear.
Wow, I thought
But
that
he
Nikita
still
for sure again.
has to make up an entire stock.
Oh,
True,
absolutely.
but wow, that was a beautiful sequence right there.
Right.
Daring the Nikita, shutting it offline, and then burying Snake while he was still in that kind of hit stun when you lose your Nikita.
Yeah. I mean, if you ignore for a moment the where they stand in this game itself, amazing sequence. But then when you look at that, it's just part of the mountain that Carbon has to climb.
And watch this, watch this.
All of a sudden, he's in range of it. Like,
Watch.
he can see the peak here.
Snake is at 100%. He needs a little bit more because Snake's just a tad heavy, but a read here could mean the game. And he's fishing for these back airs. Oh, the up tilt would have killed there.
He wants something. He's trying to get that. Yep. He wants the neutral B to move it into something. He can't quite find it. He needs to make sure he doesn't get a single
But watch
grenade or
this.
C4 on him. Well done
Coleslaw
there. He gets a limit charge. He's
is
working
getting-
on it.
Oh
my gosh! No!
The air dodge. And I'm sorry, Coleslaw, but you got insanely impatient. You saw him roll towards Carbon 3 times, fishing for that up tilt.
Absolutely.